Hello friends. Have you ever looked at a couple and thought, how do they even work? That's the kind of cosmic question people often ask when they see a Libra man and a Capricorn woman together. On paper, they're a walking contradiction, air meets earth. Charm meets discipline. Flirtation meets focus. And yet, somehow, when these two signs collide, sparks fly, just not always the kind you expect. So, what really happens when the social butterfly Libra man falls for the self-made, grounded Capricorn woman? Let's break it down across the 5 most important arenas of connection: love, sex, marriage, friendship, and business. By the end of this deep dive, you'll know exactly where this duo thrives, where they stumble, and whether their story is destined to be a lifelong novel, or a short-lived chapter. Love, the unlikely attraction. At first glance, the romantic dynamic between a Libra man and a Capricorn woman feels like trying to blend poetry with a spreadsheet, beautiful in theory, but wildly different in execution. The Libra man walks through life like a breeze in early spring, charming, diplomatic, and almost impossible not to like. He speaks with grace, listens with intention, and always seems to know the perfect thing to say. Compliments aren't just something he gives, they're a language he speaks fluently. To him, love is about connection, beauty, harmony, and that invisible pull that makes two people want to orbit one another. Now enter the Capricorn woman, who speaks a very different dialect of love. She's not icy, she's intentional. Every move she makes is deliberate, thought out, and rooted in a long-term vision. She's not here to entertain fleeting passions. Her eyes are set on something built to last. And yet, the Libra man is intrigued, deeply. There's something magnetic about the Capricorn woman's restraint. She doesn't chase attention. She doesn't need to be seen. She commands a room simply by existing in it. That grounded presence draws Libra in, not in a flashy way, but in the kind of way that makes him want to uncover what lies beneath her calm surface. Is it ambition? Trauma? Discipline? Vulnerability? Maybe all of the above. To the Libra man, this mystery becomes irresistible. He's used to being the one who's pursued or praised, but here, he meets someone who doesn't budge unless there's a reason. Someone who sees through the performance and waits for something real. And for the first time in a long time, Libra finds himself wanting to show more than just his polished exterior. He wants to be understood. For the Capricorn woman, letting her guard down isn't just a risk, it's a calculation. Vulnerability is an investment, and she needs to know the return will be worth it. At first, the Libra man feels like a wild card. Too light-hearted. Too spontaneous. Too eager to please. She wonders, can someone like that truly offer the kind of consistency she craves? But then she sees something deeper, a man who doesn't just want peace, but works hard to create it. Someone who listens more than he speaks, and someone who genuinely believes in the good in people. As she begins to see the layers beneath his social charm, something within her softens. She realizes this isn't just another pretty face, this is someone who feels deeply, even if he doesn't always show it in the same way she does. Their connection isn't a love-at-first-sight explosion. It's a steady, deliberate unfolding. In the early stages, their differences are pronounced. He wants to talk about feelings and experiences, she wants to discuss future goals and practical steps. He gets swept up in moments, she keeps her eye on the next milestone. He can be indecisive, she makes decisions like a CEO under pressure. And yet, these contrasts slowly become complementary. He helps her loosen her grip on control, showing her that not everything needs to be earned or proven. She helps him find direction, grounding his ideas and showing him how to turn dreams into deliverables. Their love becomes a quiet rebellion against their own instincts, and in that rebellion, they evolve. As their bond deepens, the transformation is mutual and profound. He becomes more grounded, more strategic, more attuned to the long game. She becomes more open, more emotionally present, and more trusting in the moment. He teaches her how to feel life, she teaches him how to build one. She adds weight to his wings, he adds wings to her foundation. Together, they create a love that isn't loud or showy, but unshakable. A love rooted not just in attraction, but in appreciation. Not just in passion, but in purpose. This pairing proves that love doesn't need to be immediate to be powerful. Sometimes the strongest connections are the ones that grow slowly, built brick by brick, moment by moment, decision by decision. And when Libra's heart finally aligns with Capricorn's loyalty, the result is a relationship that balances dreams and discipline, grace and grit, air and earth. It's not always easy, but when it works, it's extraordinary. Sex, earthy discipline meets airy delight. In the bedroom, the chemistry between a Libra man and a Capricorn woman is anything but predictable. It doesn't ignite in an instant, and it doesn't sweep them off their feet on the first night. Instead, it simmers, slowly, steadily, intensely, building from something cautious into something deeply transformative. Libra brings with him an air of romance, elegance, and aesthetic pleasure. He doesn't just want sex, he wants the entire experience. The soft music, the subtle scent in the air, the gentle lighting, the unspoken emotional connection, it all matters to him. His sensuality isn't aggressive or dominating. It's thoughtful. Every touch has purpose, every kiss is deliberate, and his entire focus is making his partner feel cherished. For him, foreplay isn't just a warm-up, it's an art form. And that's precisely where he starts to draw the Capricorn woman out of her shell. Capricorn women, especially early in a relationship, can seem cautious or even disinterested in physical intimacy. It's not that they lack desire, far from it. It's that they don't trust quickly, and without trust, they won't offer their full selves. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, a planet of boundaries, discipline, and timing. So when it comes to sex, the Capricorn woman approaches it much like she approaches life, with intention, purpose, and a slow reveal of her inner world. But once she feels emotionally safe, once she knows that this man sees her not as a conquest but as a partner, her sensual side emerges in full. And it's not just passion. It's power. There's something raw, commanding, and breathtaking about a Capricorn woman in love, and when she brings that energy into the bedroom, it can shift the entire dynamic between her and Libra. Still, their approach to intimacy can be vastly different at first. The Libra man may expect things to unfold naturally, guided by mood and mutual desire, while the Capricorn woman needs structure, context, and emotional grounding before she fully lets go. This difference in tempo could easily lead to misunderstandings. He might mistake her hesitation for disinterest, she might interpret his eagerness as superficial. But if they're patient with each other, a deeper truth emerges, that both are, in their own way, seeking a connection that goes beyond the physical. Capricorn doesn't open up easily, but when she does, it's not halfway. She commits, body and soul. And Libra, once he realizes how much trust she's offering him, meets her with a level of devotion that's rare even for him. Over time, their sexual relationship becomes a powerful blend of sensuality and structure, intuition and intention. Libra continues to bring softness, variety, and creativity to their encounters. He's not afraid to explore new positions, new atmospheres, new ways of expressing desire, as long as it enhances connection. Meanwhile, Capricorn adds a sense of grounded intensity. Her touch is steady, focused, and laced with meaning. She may not be as verbal as Libra, but her body speaks volumes. She doesn't just go through the motions, she immerses herself in every moment, fully present, fully invested. What makes their intimate connection especially rewarding is how much they end up learning from one another. Libra teaches Capricorn that sensuality can be playful, that vulnerability can be beautiful, and that pleasure doesn't need a 5-year plan. Capricorn shows Libra that depth requires commitment, that physical intimacy grows stronger with emotional trust, and that passion has a rhythm, one that can't be rushed but is all the more powerful when honored. Together, they create a space where both feel seen, safe, and desired. Their chemistry is rooted in something more enduring than lust, it's rooted in mutual growth. They don't just satisfy each other physically, they evolve together. Libra learns patience. Capricorn learns spontaneity. And through those lessons, their sexual relationship becomes a sacred space, where both transformation and pleasure coexist. They may have started as opposites, but in the bedroom, they become perfect complements, one providing the freedom, the other providing the foundation. And ultimately, that's what turns them on most, not just the act itself, but the meaning behind it. They know they've earned this closeness. It wasn't given lightly. And because of that, every touch carries weight, every night together feels like a home they built, brick by brick, heart by heart. Marriage, a partnership of strategy and style. This is where their differences stop being friction and start becoming fuel. The marriage between a Libra man and a Capricorn woman is never ordinary, and it was never meant to be. It walks the line between fairy tale and firm contract, part romance, part enterprise, with both sides equally invested in building something that lasts. The Libra man brings an effortless grace into the relationship. He knows how to smooth rough edges with a word, how to keep energy balanced at home, and how to make even the mundane feel magical. He's the master of ambience, date nights, shared playlists, breakfast in bed surprises, anything that nurtures connection. He is, in essence, the soul of the relationship. The Capricorn woman, meanwhile, is its spine. She's the strategist, the planner, the long-term thinker. While her Libra partner is keeping things emotionally even, she's mapping out their future 5 years at a time. Budgets, retirement plans, property investments, these aren't intimidating to her. They're her love language. And she doesn't take marriage lightly. Once she commits, she's all in. That means working through problems, managing their home like a CEO, and doing whatever it takes to build a life of substance. She values loyalty, legacy, and concrete achievement, not just as abstract ideals, but as daily goals. But this marriage isn't without its trials. One of the biggest tension points. Decision-making. The Libra man has a tendency to delay, overthink, or avoid final choices. Not because he's lazy, but because he genuinely sees every angle and struggles with the idea of upsetting anyone in the process. He wants things to feel fair and balanced, and sometimes that means standing still instead of moving forward. The Capricorn woman, in contrast, has no such hesitation. She'll pull the trigger, set the course, and take the fallout if she believes it's the right move. This mismatch in decision-making styles can lead to heated discussions, especially when they're facing major life crossroads. Should they move? Change careers? Start a family? In these moments, compromise becomes crucial, but not the surface-level kind. Deep, intentional, values-based compromise. They both have to learn when to lead and when to follow. She must give him space to weigh the options, even when it feels inefficient. He must learn to trust her instincts and step into action, even if it's uncomfortable. When they hit that balance, something remarkable happens. They become a team that operates with both heart and backbone. The real power of this union comes when each partner embraces their unique contribution to the marriage. The Capricorn woman, with her unwavering focus, should be trusted to chart the long-term course. She understands how to build wealth, create stability, and prepare for the future. She's not just thinking about next month, she's thinking about retirement, inheritance, and the kind of legacy they'll leave behind. The Libra man, on the other hand, is the present moment alchemist. He brings warmth, playfulness, and emotional intelligence into their day-to-day life. He ensures they don't lose the romance while building the roadmap. He remembers the little things, her favorite wine, the playlist from their honeymoon, the anniversary of their first kiss, and those things matter more than he gets credit for. In public, they might seem like an unusual match. He's charming, diplomatic, always effortlessly likable. She's composed, commanding, and visibly focused. But look closer, and you'll see how seamlessly they move together. How they consult each other before making a big move. How their home is both elegant and efficient. How their relationship has clearly been built with both style and strategy. They're not loud about their love, but it radiates, in their teamwork, in their rituals, in the quiet understanding they share. Over time, what makes their marriage truly exceptional is how much they respect each other. Libra admires Capricorn's strength, her sense of purpose, her refusal to settle for mediocrity. Capricorn, in turn, deeply values Libra's ability to stay compassionate, his constant effort to make life beautiful, and the way he reminds her to breathe when she's too deep in her own head. Together, they learn not only how to live with each other, but how to thrive as a unit. Their life becomes a balance of luxury and discipline. Of beauty and function. He fills their days with laughter and music. She fills their future with security and vision. And in the space where those two worlds meet, they build a marriage that's not just about surviving together, but growing together. Friendship, the unexpected loyalty. At first glance, the friendship between a Libra man and a Capricorn woman seems improbable. One is ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty, sociability, and charm. The other, by Saturn, the planet of discipline, realism, and structure. He floats through life with grace and lightness, effortlessly making new connections. She approaches relationships with a seriousness that can border on skeptical. And yet, somehow, these two signs forge a bond that's as steady as it is surprising. It doesn't begin with instant chemistry or an explosion of common interests. In fact, their initial interactions might be a little awkward, even mismatched. Libra may find Capricorn a bit too reserved, maybe even distant. Capricorn may view Libra as all talk and no action. But underneath that surface difference is a shared value they both hold sacred, loyalty. And once they discover it in each other, their connection begins to deepen in quiet, powerful ways. Libra is the kind of friend who notices the energy in a room and adjusts to make everyone feel at ease. He's socially intuitive, knows how to diffuse tension with humor or charm, and genuinely wants the people in his life to feel appreciated. Capricorn, on the other hand, is not about making everyone comfortable. She's about showing up when it counts. If Libra's strength is social grace, Capricorn's is emotional endurance. She's the friend who remembers the details most overlook, not just because she's organized, but because she cares. Birthdays, job interviews, difficult anniversaries, she plans her presence like clockwork. While Libra might send a thoughtful text and a funny meme, Capricorn will be the one to book the dinner reservation, show up with a gift, and insist on covering the check. The push and pull between them becomes the foundation of their growth. Libra helps Capricorn relax her constant need for control. He encourages her to laugh more, take spontaneous trips, and not feel guilty for taking a day off just because it wasn't in the schedule. Capricorn, in return, pushes Libra to commit to his potential. She sees the talent behind his indecision, the ambition behind his people-pleasing tendencies. She's not afraid to call him out, not harshly, but with clarity. And because her standards are so high, Libra feels honored when he earns her trust. In a world where many people dismiss him as just charming or non-committal, Capricorn sees what he's capable of becoming, and that kind of belief is everything. Their friendship isn't built on constant emotional oversharing or marathon phone calls. In fact, they might go weeks without talking and then pick up right where they left off, as if no time had passed. That's because their bond isn't dependent on daily contact or superficial validation. It's built on mutual respect, trust, and a shared understanding that actions matter more than words. When Libra is stuck in a cycle of indecision, caught between two jobs, two relationships, or two equally enticing Netflix shows, Capricorn steps in with grounded perspective. She cuts through the fluff, offers the facts, and gently or firmly nudges him toward a decision. She's his compass when his internal scale won't stop tilting. Conversely, when Capricorn is buried in responsibilities, exhausted from managing everything alone and too proud to ask for help, Libra becomes her reminder that life is meant to be enjoyed, not just endured. He'll suggest a spontaneous night out, bring over wine and a playlist, or simply sit with her and talk about everything but work. He gives her permission to soften, to breathe, to be rather than always do. And while Capricorn might resist at first, deep down she's grateful, because she needs that lightness, even if she won't always admit it. Over time, their friendship becomes something rare and remarkably stable. It doesn't shout to be seen. It doesn't need constant affirmation. It's the kind of connection that endures through life's transitions, relationships, career changes, personal growth. They may evolve in different directions, but the loyalty stays firm. And if either ever truly needs the other, there's no hesitation. No dramatics. Just action. Libra will show up with a smile and a plan. Capricorn will show up with strength and solutions. What makes this friendship special isn't how much they have in common, it's how well they balance each other. Libra brings levity to Capricorn's heaviness. Capricorn brings direction to Libra's drift. Together, they create a friendship that's not only functional, but fulfilling, a quiet but unshakable alliance built not on trends, but on truth. It may never be the loudest friendship in the room, but it just might be the one that lasts the longest. Because at its core, this bond is built on the most powerful kind of connection, two people who see each other's true value, and show up for it, time and time again. Business, brains and beauty in perfect sync. Now let's talk business, because this is where the Libra man and Capricorn woman can move from being an intriguing duo to a full-fledged empire-building force. This partnership has the potential to be nothing short of legendary if their talents are aligned correctly. The Capricorn woman enters the room like a strategist already 10 steps ahead. She doesn't chase trends, she analyzes them, dissects them, and builds models around them. Her thinking is long-term, her risk tolerance is calculated, and her work ethic is unmatched. She's not trying to impress anyone. She's trying to create something lasting, something real, and something that will outlive them both. For her, business is not just business, it's legacy. It's security. It's proof that effort and excellence still matter in a world obsessed with shortcuts. Enter the Libra man, the ultimate people person, the charming negotiator, the born collaborator. Where Capricorn thrives behind the scenes, Libra owns the stage. He has the gift of presentation, packaging, and making the product, or the brand, not just functional, but desirable. His social intelligence is elite. He can read a room in seconds and shift gears to win the room over without breaking a sweat. He knows how to build partnerships, maintain client relationships, and soften even the harshest business negotiations. He brings flair to Capricorn's structure, tone to her content, sparkle to her steel. While she's busy making sure the ship is seaworthy, he's at the dock charming the investors and sending out press releases. They don't just divide labor, they complement one another's blind spots. Together, they are the embodiment of beauty and brains in motion. One builds the system, the other sells the dream. One sets the internal structure, the other handles the public image. And when they trust each other's roles, it's magic. Their business becomes more than efficient, it becomes magnetic. The Capricorn woman ensures there are no leaks in the strategy, no missed deadlines, no broken processes. The Libra man makes sure everyone wants to be involved, investors, clients, partners, and even the press. When they're in sync, it's a masterclass in modern enterprise, substance and style working in flawless coordination. They're not just business partners. They're an ecosystem. But here's the truth, it doesn't always go smoothly. Because for this power pair to truly thrive, clarity is non-negotiable. If their roles get blurry, egos start to flare. If Libra feels like he's constantly selling what she's building without acknowledgement, he can grow resentful. He needs to feel appreciated, not just privately, but publicly. Meanwhile, Capricorn can feel overburdened if she senses that she's carrying all the logistical weight while Libra is getting the applause. She needs tangible results and accountability, not just charisma and talk. That tension can quietly sabotage what could have been an unstoppable force, unless they lean into one crucial ingredient: communication. Honest, consistent, mutual communication is what keeps this engine running. They need to regularly check in, not just about goals, but about feelings. Capricorn must learn to express appreciation, even when results are expected. Libra must be willing to handle feedback without taking it personally. When they open that channel, when they trust that they're both working toward the same finish line, just from different sides, that's when things really take off. Their contrasting approaches stop being obstacles and start becoming assets. Her discipline gives his ideas structure. His diplomacy gives her plans wings. What makes this business relationship not just functional but extraordinary is how deeply they value what the other brings. Libra may not always understand Capricorn's need for control and planning, but he respects her stability. Capricorn may find Libra's emphasis on branding and polish a bit indulgent at times, but she learns to see the power in presentation. Over time, they begin to operate like a finely tuned machine, the kind that doesn't just survive in a competitive environment, but sets the standard for others to follow. And when they truly align, when their values lock in and their communication flows, they move beyond just doing well. They become leaders. Not just because they're successful, but because their model works: creativity married to consistency, elegance backed by execution. They stand out in their industry because they offer the whole package. Not just results. Not just relationships. But both, delivered with precision and charisma. So, are they compatible? Compatibility, at its core, has never been about sameness. It's not about having the same tastes in music, or being equally tidy, or even agreeing on every big life decision right away. True compatibility is about how two people grow together, how their differences push them, challenge them, and ultimately, complete them. In the case of a Libra man and a Capricorn woman, the journey is anything but simple. These two signs often start at emotional and philosophical opposites. He thrives in connection, ease, and sociability. She thrives in control, achievement, and solitude. He wants to talk things out. She wants to think things through. He seeks harmony. She seeks mastery. And at times, these divergent approaches can feel more like tension than traction. But tension, when handled with maturity and curiosity, is exactly what creates depth. It's the reason they can become so much more than either could be alone. Yes, they will face challenges, sometimes serious ones. Emotional misfires, missed expectations, and different visions of what intimacy should look like. Libra might crave more verbal affirmation and emotional openness than Capricorn is used to offering. Capricorn might crave more action and accountability than Libra instinctively delivers. Their communication styles can clash: he sugarcoats, she gets straight to the point. He may procrastinate, she may take control without waiting. These habits can lead to frustration if left unchecked, but they can also become the soil from which deep understanding grows. And here's where their compatibility shines: when both partners decide that the relationship is worth the effort. When Libra chooses to step up, take ownership, and show Capricorn that his intentions are backed by follow-through. When Capricorn chooses to slow down, to open her heart just a little wider, and allow emotion to exist alongside logic. When they both realize that compromise doesn't mean surrender, it means prioritizing connection over control or comfort. Then they start to build something extraordinary. Something refined. Something rare. Their romantic chemistry, once developed, can be absolutely elegant. This is not a relationship built on chaos or constant drama. It's a relationship that finds beauty in stability, and intimacy in quiet understanding. In the bedroom, their bond becomes a private language, one based on mutual trust, deep presence, and earned vulnerability. It may not be fireworks every night, but what they create is richer than novelty, it's sustainable passion. Their marriage, should they choose it, becomes a testament to balance, one partner building the blueprint, the other bringing the warmth and color to make it feel like home. They blend strategy with romance, purpose with pleasure, and the result is a life together that feels both intentional and inspiring. As friends, they're the kind of duo others may not fully understand, but that's because their friendship isn't performative. It's loyal, tested, and deeply respectful. They grow close not because they're similar, but because they value what each other brings. When the Capricorn woman needs to be reminded that life isn't just about goals, Libra is there with a laugh, a coffee, or a spontaneous outing. When the Libra man is struggling to find clarity or commitment, Capricorn grounds him with wisdom and action. They hold each other accountable, even in silence. And in business? They're the pair that doesn't just think big, they deliver big. She builds the system, he builds the brand. Together, they become more than compatible, they become unstoppable. What truly defines their compatibility is not what's visible on the surface, but what's felt beneath it. They may never be the couple everyone immediately gets. They won't always look like the textbook definition of soulmates. But that's because they're not here to perform love, they're here to build it. Day by day, brick by brick, moment by intentional moment. And that's the kind of love that lasts. Not because it's easy, but because it's real. So, can a Libra man and a Capricorn woman work? The honest answer is, yes, beautifully, powerfully, even exceptionally. But only if both are willing to do the work of love, not just the feeling of it. They have to meet each other halfway, even when it's uncomfortable. Especially when it's uncomfortable. They have to honor what makes them different and choose, over and over again, to learn from those differences, not fight them. In the end, compatibility for this pair isn't given, it's earned. Through effort. Through honesty. Through faith in the idea that opposites don't just attract, they evolve. And when Libra's heart and Capricorn's vision finally align, that's when something truly remarkable begins. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other deep dive astrology videos. See you in the next one.